Welcome to Election Night 2025. From the future of fireworks to city leadership positions, we have the results from our area. Plus, a deadly plane crash in Kentucky involving a UPS cargo plane. And later, diving from the dock could become a reality in our area if one Montana veterinarian has her way.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 10 o'clock news.
Good evening and thanks for making MTN your choice for news at 10 on this Election Night 2025. I'm Tim McGonigal. Well, mayor and city commissioner seats were up for grabs in both Great Falls and Helena tonight, and the future of fireworks in the Electric City was up to the registered voters. We're going to go through all these results, beginning with Great Falls. MTN's Brianna Juneau spent much of today at election headquarters at Montana Expo Park and joins us now in the studio with the latest. Brianna?
Thanks, Tim. That's right. As election booth doors closed around 8 p.m., the Cascade County Elections Office was busy sorting and verifying ballots from tonight's municipal election. Now preliminary results are in from the Great Falls municipal election. In Cubitt, Mayor Corey Reeves has secured a second term, defeating challenger Jasmine Taylor. Now in the race for 2 open city commission seats, voters chose Joe McKinney and Casey Schreiner to serve on the commission. Voters also weighed in on the city's firework rules, with majority voting to limit certain types of fireworks. The measure allows only ground-based and novelty items like sparklers and fountains, while continuing to ban aerial and explosive fireworks such as rockets and Roman candles. Election Administrator Terry Thompson said accepted ballots from the 31,000 mailed out added up to a 46% returned turnout as of 8 p.m. Tuesday night, far above the 38% goal she had set on Election Day. Current results are unofficial, but keep watching our website for more updates. Back to you, Tim.
All right, thanks, Brianna. Now in Helena, the city electing a new mayor to succeed Wilmot Collins. 2 current city commissioners engaged in a hard-fought political battle, with Emily Dean holding a slight lead over Andy Shurtleff as of news time, leading by just about 2 percentage points. Helena also electing a pair of city commissioners in a race not nearly as close as the mayor's. Current commissioner and former city manager Melinda Reed topping the vote, the top vote getter with over 4,900, or about 37%. Joining her on the commission will likely be Ben Rigby, the city's former water treatment superintendent, with just over 4,200 votes, and that's about 31%. Political newcomer Haley McKnight was under fire recently for critical comments of U.S. Senator Tim Sheehy. She garners about 20% of the vote, while Sean White-Wolf gets just over 11%. Well, in a closely watched election day, New Yorkers headed to the polls to elect a new mayor, and Virginia elected its first female governor, Abigail Spanberger, a Democrat. CBS News projects that Democrat Zohran Mamdani has won the New York City mayoral race. CBS News' Gwen Baumgartner has more.
34-year-old Zohran Mamdani, a self-proclaimed democratic socialist, is projected by CBS News to be New York City's next mayor.
It is time now for a new day in our politics.
Mamdani defeated former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, a Democrat running as an independent, and Republican Curtis Sliwa. President Trump weighed in on the mayoral race Monday night, urging New Yorkers in a social media post to vote for Cuomo, not Mamdani. In Virginia, CBS News projects Democratic candidate Abigail Spanberger wins the election for governor, defeating Republican Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl-Sears to become the state's first female governor.
We sent a message to the whole world that in 2025, Virginia chose pragmatism over partisanship.
And in a tight race for New Jersey governor, Democratic Congresswoman Mikey Sherrill defeated Republican businessman Jack Ciattarelli.
As the president is backing away from this ideal, cutting SNAP, ripping away health care, terminating Gateway, we here in New Jersey are bound to fight for a different future for our children.
Democrats in New Jersey have controlled both the governor's office and state legislature for nearly 8 years.
Here in California, ballots are already being sorted, with voters deciding on Proposition 50, which would redraw congressional districts.
The measure, backed by Governor Gavin Newsom, comes in response to Texas Republican legislators redrawing Texas' congressional map to favor the GOP.
I don't like what Texas did, and I think it's important that we fight back in some way.
It's a bit of a waste of money because we shouldn't have to do things like this.
If Proposition 50 passes, it could help put up to 5 more Democrats in the House in next year's midterm elections. Gwen Baumgartner, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Well, for those who dropped off their ballots today, they might have had to dodge a few raindrops. For more on our forecast, let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Ryan Dennis in the Storm Tracker Weather Center.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of precipitation around during the day today, but there were some scattered rain showers out there, even a few snow showers in some of the lower elevations to the west of I-15. But as we went through the afternoon and the evening, that precipitation did taper off, and the skies actually cleared out a little bit as well. But the cloud cover is going to be increasing as we go through the rest of tonight. It was also a cool day today. High temperatures were only in the 40s for most of us. In Great Falls, we only topped out at 40 degrees. Where there was a little bit more sunshine, that's where temperatures were warmer. 48 was the high in Glasgow and 49 was the high in Havre. Right now it is chilly outside. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 20s and low 30s, and most of us will bottom out in the 20s overnight tonight. Taking a look at your forecast headlines, we are going to have mostly cloudy skies. Tomorrow it will be warmer than it was today, and a few rain and snow showers are possible, especially tomorrow morning and tomorrow evening. And then we are going to have gusty to strong winds Thursday and Friday, and I'll let you know how strong that wind is going to be in my full forecast in a few minutes.
A man is facing a charge of deliberate homicide in Toole County after he allegedly hit another man with a vehicle early this morning. Toole County Sheriff Tyler Padilla says that about 12:45 a.m., deputies responded to a reported disturbance near Treasure Avenue in Shelby. They found a man who had been hit by a vehicle and they began administering first aid. The man was then taken to a hospital where he was declared dead. Sheriff Padilla identified the victim as 28-year-old Taylor Austin Combs. The investigation is being conducted by the Sheriff's Office, the Montana Highway Patrol, and the Montana Division of Criminal Investigation. Sheriff Padilla noted, quote, "Our sincerest condolences go out to the Combs family and those involved in this tragic accident." No other details have been released at this point, including the identity of the suspect. Officials say a UPS cargo plane crashed on takeoff from the airport in Louisville, Kentucky. That ignited a large fire on the ground. At least 3 people are dead, but the state's governor fears that number will grow even higher. Scripps News Group's Sam Harasimowicz reports.
Video shows the UPS plane as it's barely taking off, already on fire near the airport. Video then shows the plane crash into nearby buildings and explode. We learned that a UPS crew of 3 was on the plane and headed towards Honolulu. Drone footage shows the massive stretch of damage. Flames cover the ground and buildings, and thick black smoke filled the sky. Governor Andy Beshear said the plane carried nearly 40,000 gallons of fuel. A woman recorded the moments after the plane appeared to explode as it was about to take off. Governor Beshear said at least 2 local businesses were impacted. The National Transportation Safety Board is leading the investigation as we wait to find out how this happened. As families are trying to reach their loved ones, a Metro Council member spoke about how UPS is part of the heart of the city.
This is a UPS town. My cousin's a UPS pilot. My aide's tennis partner is a UPS pilot. The intern in my office works overnight at UPS to pay for college. We all know somebody who works at UPS, and they're all texting their friends, their family, trying to make sure everyone is safe. Sadly, some of those texts are probably going to go unanswered.
Louisville Metro Emergency Services and police are posting updates on social media. Officials say there are 3 phases to this response: life safety, incident stabilization, and property conservation. Officials said we are still very much in the life safety phase of this response. Now, we did learn that after that plane crash, there was a shelter-in-place zone that was about 5 miles wide. That was shrunk throughout the evening to about 1 mile. Reporting at the Louisville Airport, Sam Harasimowicz, Scripps News Group, Louisville.
In business news, Bob Ward's Sports and Outdoors in Helena is closing. The store's last day open will be December 31st. The decision to close was made after looking at the company's future goals and how the market is changing. This move follows the closing of the Butte location last year. The Missoula, Bozeman, and Hamilton Bob Ward's locations will continue to operate as normal, and people can take unused gift cards to any of the other locations after the Helena store closes. A local vet wants to make a splash by bringing dock diving to the capital city. Dock diving is a competitive sport where dogs jump from a dock into a body of water and are judged by distance, height, or time. Autumn Harris, who wants to bring the sport to Helena, says dock diving is more than just fun. It also helps strengthen the bond between a dog and their owner. Right now, the nearest dock diving pool is in Billings, 175 miles away, which makes it hard for Harris and her dog to train regularly. Support from the community is what pushed Autumn to get the fundraising ball rolling.
And honestly, it's been really overwhelming. The number of people that have reached out to me on social media, that have reached out to me individually, that have already been willing to give some donations to help us get the pool off of the ground.
Once the pool is built, Harris says it will host dock diving events and lessons and just be open for people and dogs to enjoy. More information about how to support the cause can be found on our website.
I'm Quentin Shores with MTN News. Many organizations here in Great Falls are stepping up to help those in need during the government shutdown. I'll have more on some of those companies coming up.
From Montana's news leader, you're watching the MTN 10 o'clock news.
Welcome back. With an uncertain future, there's a growing strain for Montanans who rely on SNAP benefits, leaving many to turn to local food banks or other organizations. MTN's Quentin Shores shares how the community is stepping up to help meet the need.
We're in the business of feeding people at Teriyaki Madness, and our core value is people shouldn't go hungry. So we're going to see what we can do to help.
Aaron Weissman, owner of Teriyaki Madness here in Great Falls, is just one of the many community members going out of their way to assist those in need during the government and SNAP benefit shutdown.
We'll give you a junior chicken teriyaki bowl with white rice and veggies for about half off, which is $5. I wish we could do more, but but we're going to do what we can.
Teriyaki Madness, DoorDash, Instacart, these companies are just some of the many that have been providing discounts, and anything helps as notices for health insurance premium hikes have been released alongside the shutdown of food stamps.
We are accepting pay it forward. There's a lot of people that have come forward to pay forward some bowls for other people, and we've got a means of accommodating that as well.
Because of the benefit cutoff, many locals in need of food are turning to food banks and pantries. Sadly, these organizations are only prepared for a couple of weeks to a couple of months at most if the shutdown continues.
We're serving as a drop-off location for people to bring food in so we can give it to the Great Falls Area Community Food Bank.
Edward Jones, like Sam's Club, and many others will have food drop-off bins for foods and supplies. Those who are able to give anything ranging from canned tuna, fruits, tomatoes, and canned beans are encouraged to do so.
With the holiday coming up, we're looking for holiday food items as well. Gravy mixes, stuffed mixes, canned pumpkins, cranberry sauce, the works. We have neighbors, there's a lot of working class individuals, there's a lot of workers out there who rely on the SNAP benefits for food just to kind of get them over that threshold. And we are just doing our part in the community to be a neighbor to our neighbors and help out in any way we can.
Those wanting to help out can pay for a meal at Teriyaki Madness, donate money to the community food bank, and from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily until November 20th, people can donate essential items to food bank bins located across the city. In Great Falls, I'm Quentin Shores, MTN News.
The Havre Community Food Bank is offering holiday baskets to Hill County residents in need. The food bank says residents can choose a Thanksgiving basket or a Christmas basket. To sign up, residents need to have an active file with the Havre Community Food Bank. If folks don't have an active file at the food bank, the food bank can help them sign up. Distribution for pickup will be on Tuesday before each holiday. Food Bank Director for District 4 HRDC Kira Patera says the baskets provide an opportunity for families to cook at home for the holidays.
Families being able to have that good meal at home and not feeling stressed about one more thing or having to go out maybe to that community meal. Sometimes it's nice just having that holiday meal at home where you can cook it and enjoy the time really with your family through that cooking and eating process.
Patera adds that on Wednesday night, Everybody Loves Firefighters food drive will take place. The Havre Fire Department will be picking up food from residents' sidewalks or porches. Montana Congressman Ryan Zinke is backing a constitutional amendment that would cut off pay for lawmakers during government shutdowns. Zinke announced his co-sponsorship of the proposal by South Carolina Congressman Ralph Norman. As of now, members of Congress continue to get paychecks during the government shutdown, but other federal workers go without pay. The amendment would change the current system, blocking congressional pay during a shutdown without back pay. Zinke says if Congress fails to do its job, members shouldn't get a paycheck. The proposal would need approval from 2/3 from both the House and Senate and 3/4 of state legislatures to become law.